called milk snakes because of an old farmer's tale where a farmer apparently saw a snake sucking on a cow titty. Hey, what's going on? Thanks for checking out this video. This is going to be the first in a series called Live on the Floor, where I will be talking about certain reptile species while I'm sitting on the floor with a live animal. Let's get into the first video. This one's gonna be about milk snakes. Milk snakes are typically very active but docile snakes. They are found all over the Americas. Their diet in the wild is primarily small animals, amphibians, eggs, small birds, and other reptiles. Their diet in captivity, pretty much rodents, just like most snakes. The average size for a milk snake can vary based on the specific subspecies, but they average between 3 foot on the smaller side and 6 foot for larger species, and most of the larger ones are in the southern United States and Central and South America. Females are typically larger than males, and they live around 12 years in captivity, but upwards of 20 years is not unheard of. This is my guy Nemo. He is a tangerine Honduran milk snake. Super cool dude, super pretty guy. Milk snakes are in the same family as king snakes. They are called king snakes because their primary source of food in the wild is other snakes, even venomous snakes. It is a well-documented thing that king snakes will even hunt down rattlesnakes and coral snakes. While we're on the topic of coral snakes, another really cool thing about milk snakes and king snakes is that certain species exhibit what is called Batesian mimicry. Batesian mimicry is an extremely interesting side of evolution, named after the naturalist Henry Bates, where harmless animals evolved to display the appearance of a more dangerous animal. This is apparent in certain species of flies that have the same colors as bees and wasps to deter predators. This is also apparent in certain species of butterflies and reptiles, of course. So some species of milk snake, mainly in the south where coral snakes are, have evolved to have very similar coloration and banding as coral snakes. This appearance alone will deter many predators. The general rule of thumb to tell the difference between a deadly coral snake and a harmless milk snake is in reference to their banding. This little rhyme: red touches yellow will kill a fellow, red touches black is a homie that has your back. That's just in reference to the banding that they have. Typically with coral snakes, the yellow and the red portions of them, if they are side by side, you can tell it's a coral snake, where with milk snakes, red touching the black is the deciding factor between whether it's a deadly snake or a harmless little colubrid like this guy. But regardless, if you do see a snake in the wild that resembles anything remotely venomous, it's definitely a smart thing to just let it be, because picking up a snake in the wild is not worth a trip to the hospital. They're called milk snakes because of an old farmer's tale where a farmer apparently saw a snake sucking on a cow titty. Contrary to rural legend, this is a situation that does not happen and never will happen. These guys are very common around farms. That is because of an abundance of prey items. So if you have snakes around your farm, leave them alone. They're helping you out, man. They're getting rid of all those pests. Even if you're afraid of snakes, having king snakes, milk snakes around your farm, know that they will be eating venomous snakes that could harm you. Also, at the same time, you don't have to be afraid of venomous snakes either. They're not gonna go after you. But just as an extra little security thing, having these guys around your farm will definitely keep venomous snakes away from your family and all your livestock. So you have absolutely no valid excuse to kill these guys. They are super sweet animals, and all they do is good things for you. Another cool thing about milk snakes is that there are around 25 different subspecies, and on top of all those subspecies, there are many different types of color mutations as well. Nemo is a Honduran milk snake, but he is a tangerine morph, meaning that he has a little bit more orange than most of Honduran milk snakes. Not to mention the countless amounts of true king snakes out there as well. which are absolutely gorgeous and come in just as many color mutations as milk snakes. I've been trying to keep these videos on the shorter side and a little bit more about just general information geared towards people that may not have much experience with snakes and reptiles, or if any at all. So I hope you have learned something and maybe appreciate these little guys a bit more now that you know more about them, because they are truly amazing creatures. Ain't that right, dude? Yeah. Take it easy.